Berg T Time Adventures here with you. Just want to go over a few things from my Century Hundo yesterday, my first one. All these years biking, it's the first time I've done a Century. October 7th, great time of the year. Weather was good, low 50s, sunny, little bit of breeze. Just want to go over a couple things with you so maybe it can help you in the future doing it. Starting off, mile 3, I got a flat tire, flat tube, changed that, and then my plan was to ride home so I could get this pump because my little hand pump would not pump it all the way up. And on my ride back home, the tire bead came off the rim, and then that was rubbing, and I couldn't get it to go back in. So I had to take the wheel off, put that on my back, carry my bike, and when I was almost home, somebody, nice citizen, stopped and gave me a ride, which was great. So then I got home, popped another tube, pinched it, putting it in, had to put tube number 3 in, pumped it up, and then I was golden. Then I was going. And ride was good. The big strategy in the beginning was to hold off and not push myself too hard. And I did pretty good at that for the first 60 miles, getting down to Lansing, Iowa. If I was going up a little hill, I had a generally flatter course along the Mississippi River, which was fun this time of year. I really tried to back myself off. If I was starting to breathe a little hard, I backed off, and that did seem to work well. And then nutrition, I think that was key for me. Nature Valley biscuits. I had one of these after about 2 hours. That kept me going, and I'll tell you what, the big thing too is in my water. I had enough water with me, but I always had this scratch mixed in it, and this white powder is some good white powder. So beyond that, that's what I was drinking all the time. Those Nature Valley biscuits, I had 2 of those. The other thing that I really liked was these, I don't know if anybody's had these, the maple syrup. Man, this sweet sugar tastes really good when you're been riding for a few hours. This was the other thing. I had one of these packets in 2 different servings, one halfway through, and then the other one about 3/4 of the way through. And even in between that, I did these Cliff Blocks electrolyte little chewies, and they're sugary sweet too, so they just taste good when you eat them. So that helped a lot. And as far as staying warm, I had some Neoprene gloves. These worked well. And with those little road shoes on, covered my little footsies up with these. That made all the difference. Like I said, the weather was pretty good, but you do get cool. Skull cap under my helmet. That was great. And then one of the other things too, I brought a dry merino wool shirt on, so when I stopped for lunch at mile 60, I took my wet, sweaty jersey, long sleeve jersey off, had my long sleeve jersey on and a waterproof windbreaker on, and that worked fine, but you get wet, sweaty, and then you get a little chilled, so I took that off, took my wet jersey off and put a dry one on, and that made all the difference. And the cup of coffee I had was great too. And then from that point on, I had the wind blowing against me, but I was feeling good because I kept up with my drinking, eating that snack, pushed through it pretty good, and the scenery was great. The bike back here on the stand, the Giant Defy, that thing did great once we got the tube thing sorted out, which wasn't the bike's fault anyway. Great Century, took me 6 hours. I was actually from putting on a few extra miles, it helped out, because when I got back I was about at 100.5 miles. Great Century, I'm glad I did it. You should try one too. If you like this video, subscribe down below and hit one of the thumbs up. I've always wanted to say that for some reason. Now I finally did. Catch you next time.